It's the first really big, groundbreaking study that has looked at an outcome like mortality.
I think the study itself was ambitious and certainly an incredibly important study to undertake.
The fact that we showed an improvement in the relative risk of mortality is the most important result.
It is clearly a very worthwhile result. There's no question about that.
To me, the great revolution in torch is that we have now done a very, very impressive study, a landmark study, moving the whole field of respiratory medicine into another area where we haven't been before. We've simply raised the bar.
I think the torch study has been a remarkable effort. It's been a remarkable collaborative effort between a lot of people, between a team of international investigators with a major pharmaceutical company and the input of patients and physicians from around the world. All of that was designed to try and understand whether or not giving a combination of a long-acting beta agonist and an inhaled corticosteroid lengthened life compared with placebo.
In terms of scientific importance, I think it's very important. It's the first study to demonstrate a reduced mortality risk associated with an intervention for COPD. So that's a really critical and very, very valuable outcome.
We're not focusing on small benefits in lung function or symptomatology. We've really gone in and said, can we do something about the burden of disease? Can we affect mortality? Can we affect morbidity, hospitalization, severe exacerbations, all that? And we have shown that we can actually impact on those very hard measures with a medication. And to me, that's great.
In terms of the COPD or even the pulmonary world, this is the first large-scale study that's really looked at mortality. Even if you go back to the oxygen data and some of the other things about smoking cessation, the numbers and the values that we've achieved there are similar, if not even less than what we see in this study. So I think it's very significant.
I know a lot of people will focus much more on the p-value than on the effect size. And I think that is really, really wrong. We've shown that we can reduce mortality by 17%. Or to be more precise, the absolute risk of dying can be reduced by 2.6%. That is a very impressive number. And that's the number we should keep in mind, because that's a number that can easily compare with the effect of statins on survival. And that's really something that should bring us into a league where we can come up with a treatment.
What we can infer from the study is that the patients are living longer, and on average their quality of life is better for the 3 years of the study. At least we can show that.
Patients will feel better if they're treated with seretide on the basis of the TORCH study. They'll feel better because they have fewer exacerbations and they have better quality of life, and I think those things are really most important for patients' well-being.
It raises more questions, but it sets a standard that all other future COPD trials should be judged by.
I think they should feel immensely proud in GSK. Their company, they have done a landmark study. They've been the first in the respiratory field to take our studies into the same league where other major specialties, especially cardiovascular medicine, have been for years. And more than that, they've shown that we can compete with whatever they can do.
I think the future management of COPD is an area we can be positive about. I think the TORCH dataset contributes an important piece to the jigsaw. It shows that you can achieve benefits in terms of survival, which are accompanied by benefits in terms of reducing exacerbations and in terms of patient well-being. And the net result of that is I think that treatment like the seretide-advir combination will be used even more widely than they already are.